Hello, we are Group 31 of LE Tuesday session. In this video, we are going to present our research on the effect of digital communication tools towards traditional communication skills. But before we begin, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Nur Aiman, 23B005, and I will be covering the contents and introduction sections.
I am Muhammad Haziq Iqbal, 23B3016, and I will be presenting the literature review section of this presentation.
My name is Muhammad Irshaduddin bin Kamarul Zaman, 23B3018, and I will be presenting the methodology section of this presentation.
I am Daniel Wafi, student ID 23B2018. In this presentation, I will be covering the findings and discussion section.
My name is Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Haji Zidi, 23B0005, and this is the content of our presentation. Now moving on to the introduction of our research presentation. So the aim of our research is to study the impact of digital communication tools towards traditional communication skills. So in order to study this, we decided to research on people's experience during and after COVID-19 pandemic. But why during and after COVID-19 pandemic? As we all know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we have to follow health regulations such as social distancing and even lockdowns. In a way, it has restricted our physical interaction with other people. This is where we grow reliant to digital communication tools such as WhatsApp, Instagram, in order to maintain our bonds with friends and family during the pandemic. This goes the same in professional context, where such as we use Zoom meeting applications to conduct meetings online. So we're trying to see the impact of digital communication tools during the pandemic towards traditional communication skills after the pandemic in personal and professional context. Now, this is all from me. I will be passing this presentation to Haziq, who will be covering on literature review.
So for now, we will move on to the literature review section of our research presentation. To begin, several research papers have managed to identify the goods and the bads of social media and digital communication tools on traditional communication skills. In the personal context, a study conducted by Papadimitriou in 2022 states that social media and digital communication tools have a positive impact on people, as it can create new bonds between people and foster relationships between people in face-to-face interactions. Additionally, the use of social media applications can help prevent feelings of social isolation by maintaining social connections between people online, as stated in a study by James in 2023. On the other hand, in the professional context, social media use and digital communication tools can negatively impact our traditional communication skills. For example, it can impact our ability to assess body language during speech. Additionally, it can also lead to misinterpretations in tone and nonverbal cues during face-to-face speech. Additionally, not a lot of research has been done on slang use, contraction use, and our attention spans while using social media and digital communication tools and its impacts on traditional communication skills. These are things that we hope we will be able to cover in our study. I will now be passing the floor to Irshad.
So under the methodology section, as for the research design, we have created an online survey or questionnaire that was distributed among the audience through social media platforms such as Instagram and WhatsApp. So this ensures convenience in which people could do the survey at their own time and a larger audience to be reached. As for the sample, there was a total of 21 participants from UBD and UTB institutions who were involved in the study, and hence with such number, this ensures better accuracy and reliability of the overall investigation. Next is regarding privacy and consents. So at the beginning of the study, the participants were asked for their consent. So any personal information or demographic data would not be revealed, but instead used merely as part of the investigation. So moving on to the questionnaires, there were 20 questions, which were in the form of close-ended, and the answers to these questions were predetermined, such as yes or no, a Likert scale, agree or disagree, and many more. So this minimizes the chance of biased responses and answers. And lastly, data presentation. So our study employs both quantitative and qualitative analysis. So the data that we have collected and gathered would be presented in figures such as pie charts and bar graphs. So this offers ease of analyzing and better understanding when comparing trends between groups.
Hello, I am Daniel Wafi, registration ID 23B2018, and I will be continuing on the findings and discussion section. So the first question is the use of emojis and expression of emotion in social media. Everyone who answered this survey said yes, known for the convenience in each emoji expressing which emotion. However, the consequences are as shown in the slides themselves. So moving on to the second question, which is the changes in abilities to express emotions, tones, and give off expressions during face-to-face interactions. Majority are unsure. Many respondents said no, while the last few respondents said yes in negative way and positive. It could be majorly from the type of feedback from the person they interact with, depending on how the individual views our response. So moving on to the next question, which is whether or not individuals encounter any difficulties in understanding emotions, nonverbal cues, or virtual interactions. More than half of the respondents do not have such a problem. The remaining respondents, however, do have those problems. It may be due to the fact that the respondents that deny this may have spent more time on social media, in which that may not be the case for the respondents that actually have such a problem. So here we are, the final question, which is the changes in abilities to express their ideas in a more persuasive way. Majority aren't sure if they actually did. Many said yes, while the others said no. As you can see, depending on the type of response that they get, it is mainly, most likely, due to the person they interact with. What type of response they get is mainly from the person they interact with. That is all from me.
Now moving on to the limitation of our research. Our research have a small sample size which made up of UBD and UTB students. Because of this, it makes the research ungeneralizable to a wider population outside of the institutions. The use of close-ended questionnaire lead to us unable to gain more in-depth data from respondents. We also use online questionnaire. Because of this, respondents may not take the questionnaire more seriously. And unfortunately, in our research, we also use unnecessary option answer in some of the question, such as unsure. Because of this, it leads to harder interpretation of the data. So in conclusion, social media and digital communication tools have both positive and negative impact towards traditional communication skills, where it may varies from person to person. That is all from us. Thank you for listening to our presentation.